What's going on, YouTube? So the title of this video is going to be nighttime POV drive of the 2024 Nissan Altima SV Premium, but it's my Nissan Altima SV Premium. And in this POV, I'm going to talk about what led to me making this decision. So I posted the 2025 POV drive, and one of my subscribers commented that he had an Altima and it was very reliable and he loved it for quite some time. So that got me thinking, why don't I check out the Altimas and see what they got going on? And upon seeing this car, the first thing that stood out to me was its looks. It's a very aesthetically pleasing car. It looks like something that is beyond its class. It gives me Audi vibes and a little bit of BMW and Benz. It gives me German vibes. And when I sat in this car, that's when it confirmed for me that I feel like I'm sitting in an Audi. And the screen is like a Samsung screen quality. It's like Samsung quality graphics, and it's large. The 2025 Camry has a screen that's probably half the size. It's not nearly as big as the Altima SV Premium screen. And I don't know, but I think you would have to upgrade to the XSE, which can get costly, especially right now with the high demand for the car. I'm sure dealerships are going to take advantage of that. And in the 2024 Camry that I came from, I did not have wireless CarPlay. I did not have heated seats. I did not have a flat bottom steering wheel. I did not have a screen that was as large as this. And I didn't have the looks of the Altima. I think there are a few things that I'm missing, but off the top of my head, those were the main reasons why I ended up trading for this 2024 Altima SV Premium. And let me tell you guys, it's a very comfortable ride. I will give that to Camry though. That's a very comfortable ride, and I don't see any car beating it, but I think that has to do with it being leather seats. I have a leather wrapped steering wheel and like leather trim. I have a leather center console, but they gave me cloth seats, which don't feel all that bad. I feel like I'm not missing out on a lot, so I'm not really complaining. But the black on black looks it just looks so clean. And another reason why I switched over was because I feel like this car fits my age more. I feel like me driving a Camry, it's like, you know, I get honked at because I drive the speed limit, and a lot of people mistake me for a old, frail senior citizen, and they think they can just honk. And then when they see a big guy with tattoos come out, you know, it's completely opposite of what they thought, and their behavior changes. But with this car, I feel like it's more of my age. Not to mention, it has a sunroof. The SE I was looking at doesn't have a sunroof, and they're gonna charge you $1,500 additional. So I feel like this was more bang for my buck, and I got a lot of features in this car. It also has BSM, blind spot monitoring. I already went over this in my day POV, so if you haven't checked that out, go check that out when I first drove this car with the daytime POV. But yeah, I pretty much posted on my channel, should I trade it, and only 2 of you replied. So I guess you guys weren't fast enough, but one of you said no, don't, and then the other one said, if you do it for the premium, which I listened and I did. But pretty much this car has everything you need and more without compromising the looks of a European vehicle. You can take off the logo of this car, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were some people who mistake it for a European vehicle or like some kind of German car. It's just so sharp. It's got aerodynamic features to it. I feel like it's a very handsome vehicle. And the turn signal on this car is, I like that high-pitched turn signal too. So those are some of the features and some of the reasons why, off the top of my head, I ended up purchasing the 2024 Altima SV and trading in the Camry. I will miss the Camry. It was a great car. I can't complain. I loved it, and I hit 10,000 miles in it within maybe 2 or 3 months. I love driving that car, but this just fits me more. I feel like it fits my aesthetic, and it has a lot of features to it that the Camry just didn't have. Like, this is the default navigation. It has Android Auto and it has Apple CarPlay, but if you wanted to ever use the default Navi, you can, and it tells you the prices of gas and all that cool stuff. It has a little bit more features and whatnot. It has a wireless charger, so I'm not missing out on that. I love that. It has a USB-C, it has a USB port, it has a cigarette lighter port for my radar. It's got everything I need and more. So all around, I feel like for a younger person, this car might fit you more. That's not to say that the Camry is a bad car, or that if you're younger you shouldn't go with the Camry. I love the Camry. I'll say it again, it was one of the best cars I've ever driven and ever owned, but this was about $50 less a month, and you know, $50 a month adds up. Like 5 months is already $300 saved. So the price on these cars, they just knocked it out of the park. You guys can go to Nissan and probably negotiate this car for a good $32,000 off the door. I wouldn't be surprised. And if you put some money down or you get a good APR, your payments are affordable. Beyond that, you know, beyond that, I also put up a Frontier video because I wanted to get a truck. I wanted to be able to go on the beach, but the pricing on this car just knocked it out of the park. And I'm not sure if I had mentioned this in any of my previous videos, but I do want to get a Nissan GTR one day. So maybe this is a step towards that. I would love to have a Nissan GTR. Nissan makes a very good car, you know. I think they make a very great car, and it's difficult to say that a car is bad. It really is just which one's better, right? You can't say which one's worse. It's just not happening anymore because these cars are so advanced and the quality is so good. And I pretty much listened to one of my subscribers and figured, hey, I'll just give it a shot. Now, why did I not get the 2025 SE hybrid, or SE? It's already hybrid. One, they're charging a pretty penny for features that you get in Altima. Two, the looks. I think it looks confused. It looks like a Subaru and it looks like a Prius. It's like, I mean, hey, it's all personal preference and it's all opinion, but I feel like it looks confused. I feel like Toyota was trying to do one thing and then did another. That doesn't mean it's not a good car. In my POV drive of the Camry, I said only good things about it. I really do like the Camry, but just after looking at it, it looks like a Subaru. Like, it looks like a Subaru WRX in the back, and then it looks like a Prius in the front, and then the inside looks like a Lexus ES. So I'm just like getting all these different kind of vibes from it. And in the model that we were gonna get, which was the SE and not the XSE, the screen was too tiny. It did have wireless CarPlay and it did have all those other features, but come on, it looks like 3 different cars in one. That's my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos I have coming with this car. And I feel like if I were to actually modify this car, maybe lower it a little bit, put new rims on it, it could actually turn out really nice. And I'm not really looking for anything fast. I already had the Camaro. I already had my fast phase out, and besides, what's the point? If I want to buy a fast car, it's gonna be a GTR. That's my goal. It's a GTR. I want to have a GTR. That's gonna be my fast car. So I'm not buying these cars for its speed. I'm getting the cars for the fuel economy, the reliability, the comfortability, and this kind of gave me a little bit of everything. It's like it gave me everything, right? I'm not gonna buy a Camry solely because it gets 40 miles per gallon or 42 miles per gallon, and this gets 39 city. So I mean, it's just a really nice cabin. It's very quiet. It has less road noise. I know that one issue many consumers had with the Camry was the loud road noise. The road noise is actually on a very minimal level. You can barely hear the tires when you're driving, especially on the highway. I can actually hear myself more than I could in the Camry, so that's another plus. I mean, all in all, this car is financially great, it's aesthetically great, still a Japanese vehicle, so it's reliable. And I see a lot of old Altimas on the road. You might see a lot of old Altimas, which is a good sign that, hey, they last. And yeah, I just like the cab and how it has orange lighting, and you get about 460 miles on a full tank of gas, so you're not really missing out on anything. You really aren't. And it is a lot better financially for you to get this car. Now granted, my payment was $50 less, even taking on $3,000 of negative equity on this car. So if you have no negative equity in your trade, you have positive equity, or you have no negative at all, you can go pick one of these up for around $31, $32 out the door, SV Premium, and you'll get a pretty stellar payment, assuming you have good credit. But even with subpar credit or rebuilding credit, it wouldn't be astronomically high. So I think you guys should definitely look into this car. Feel free to let me know your opinions in the comments. I always love reading your comments, so much so that I actually ended up buying a car based off of a comment. So again, I appreciate everybody who's being interactive. I appreciate everybody who's tapping in on the videos. Make sure you like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more, and turn on your post notice so you know every time I post, because when I posted should I buy this car or not, only 2 people answered, and it's kind of difficult for me to get others' opinions. And it would have been cool because I know you guys are smart. So make sure you turn on those post notices, and yeah, comment your opinions and your thoughts on what you think about the Nissan. And now that you've seen a POV of it and you've heard my personal perspective of the car, and just, yeah, I mean, it's a very good looking car. I just like how it looks. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on the outside at night. Black. I'm gonna get black rims for sure. I'm gonna black it out, I think. But I don't know though, because I might leave the rims as is because of how sharp they look. They make it look very luxurious, like very expensive. It gives me the BMW Spider wheels type of vibe. Well, let me show you guys what the outside looks like at night, black on black. So it doesn't unlock when you park, but that's good. I think it's probably a feature. I'm gonna go ahead and look at more features of the car for sure. I haven't got to play around with the infotainment system and all that, but yeah, it looks pretty clean. Oh yeah, this thing would look nasty with black rims. Drop a like if you want to see me put black rims on this. Imagine I put Forgiatos on the Altima. Look at that screen. I don't know if you guys can see the screen. It is massive. It looks like I have a freaking laptop in the car. It's bigger than a Tesla screen. Damn near close. Maybe it's definitely as long or longer than a Tesla screen. Maybe not as tall, but man, that is crazy. Well, I really am curious to see what you guys think about me trading the Camry for this car. And with that being said, I appreciate everybody again, and I will see you in the next video.